I decided to do my project on music. My big question I want to find out by doing this project is how has music changed since the 1930s? I thought that the best thing to do would be to interview my family, as they are all from different decades.
Do you listen to music more now or less from back in the olden days?
I listen to music all the time.
What was the first piece of music you remember hearing?
A song by the Brotherhood of Man called Save Your Kisses for Me, which was a Eurovision Song entry.
Do you listen to music on your phone or on the radio?
Yes, I do. I have this special app called Spotify.
My granny was the oldest person I talked to, and she was born in 1940.
When I was about 16, I suppose, rock and roll was invented.
I also listened to a lot of different music.
When I was your age, I was really into a band called Wham. And they had just moved from their kind of leathers and rapping phase into their wake me up before you go phase.
I'm very fond of Kraftwerk.
La pendule fait tic-tac, tic-tic.
And the records we had that I liked were mostly French.
Et la jolie cloche ding-dang-dong, mais boum, quand notre cœur fait boum.
So of course I had my interviews, but I needed a more reliable source of information. Facts, as well as stories. I got my dad to print out a few sheets about music from the internet, and he also showed me the top songs of each half a decade. Here are some of the facts I gathered. In 1930, the preferred way to listen to music was on vinyl discs, as it was considered a leap in technology back then, and quite a few people still use them to this day. Now jumping forward 33 years, when cassette tapes were popular, they had rotating spindles that would bring a special tape round playing sounds. 1982 brought compact discs, or CDs, to the world of music. They were much less delicate than records and cassette tapes, and are still used today, but not by me. The MP3 is a digital music file. It was invented in 1995, and it is the way we listen to music now, when we use an MP3 player like an iPod or on computers. It's what we download, and it's made a big difference to the way we listen to music and what we listen to.
So hello from the other side. I must have called 1,000 times.
In 2003, a new age of downloadable music began, with iTunes coming into the mix. We could have access to more music than ever before, and it took up no space at all. One of the main things that I noticed after doing my interviews is that all of my interviewees mentioned the radio.
My family weren't really into music, but my babysitter was, and whenever she came over to look after me and my brother, she would always have Radio 1 on.
My parents had a very small record collection, but also we had the radio on a lot when I was little, and it was always music radio.
We didn't really have pop songs in the way they have them now then, you know. There were songs that were played on the radio quite a lot, and if they'd been played more than sort of 25 times in a day, you'd say they were popular.
As I am not fond of getting up in the morning, I tend to have a radio which turns on itself, which then produces the station of Radio 1, which I'm quite fond of.
You wouldn't think that a 13-year-old and a 75-year-old would listen to music in the same way. Also, the radio was invented over 85 years ago. But what was very surprising was that I also discovered that me and my granny listened to the same songs when we were both small children.
Don't ever ask what job you're on. It's hush hush. Don't ever ask where the empire's gone. It's hush hush. If you invent a code that's new, nobody must be.
Basically, my whole younger childhood was just all salad days. Because
well, mine too, you know. I went to salad days about 6 times.
Same. That was actually the first music I bought.
Yeah? Yes?
Always travel in darkened specs. Use a cross to sign your checks. Never reveal your age or sex. It's hush hush. Hush hush.
And I think that's one of the ways music has really changed. Nowadays, we have music on our phones, computers, you name it. And it's much less social, as you can just press a few buttons and hey presto. But back then, you had to actually be somewhere where there was a record player or real live musicians. When she was growing up, my granny had a few songs that she didn't really choose. But now, I can listen to almost any music, from any decade, whenever I want. What do you think music will be like in the future?